But since this is a tragedy, you know someone's going down. A pair of star-crossed lovers will tempt their family's rage, but to see how this all works out, you'll have to turn the page. The Capulets and Montagues have issues, it is true, but how they're going to work them out will turn them really blue. Pull up a chair and have an ear, there's story for to learn. This is very sad to understand the wages sin will earn.
Today I'm spoiling for a fight. Let's find a Montague. My blade is itchy in my hand. I'd like to welcome through.
Then set yourself. Go come up there, so we can start the fight. Let's go for our master's sake. We'll know where to go.
Hey, Abraham, big old man. Our master is the best, and I put up or shut up. Hey, man, this is the test.
I seek no quarrel with you, sir, so please just let me pass.
Well, sir, I point my thumb at you. You cannot let that pass.
I serve a man as good as yours.
No better you say.
Yes, better, knave. Now draw and let your insult die today.
And so the fight was on. It was a question of belief. Then Benvolio broke it up with blade drawn for relief.
Enough of swords, men of peace. I beg you all to stop. This quarrel's gone far too far. It's way over the top.
Benvolio, you talk of peace, and yet your sword is drawn. I hate the word of Montague in the house.
The prince was called to break it up. He was in a rage. He was for certain all fed up with quarrels at this stage.
Hey, Capulet. Hey, Montague. You enemies of peace. Today becomes the final straw. Your quarrel must now cease. If you possess now, either one of your lives will pay the price. To not another civil ball. There's no more Mr. Knight.
Benvolio, I ask you plain, have you seen Romeo? I worry that he is so sad and blue and down and low.
He wanders through the streets at dawn and bones a mighty sigh. He sounds as if it's fatal, and that soon he's going to die. I'll seek him out and try to learn what sadness him so deep. Then maybe all the rest of us can catch up on our sleep. Oh, cousin, what is troubling you? We're worried as can be.
I love my true love more than life. My true love won't love me, for she is sworn to be a nun. Alas, she'll be chaste. That we should never kiss and hug is just not to my taste.
Lord Capulet, please tell me now what say you to my plea. Will you allow your daughter Juliet to marry me?
Good parents, please remember that my girl is just 13. I know girls younger than my daughter are often quite keen. But all my other children are no longer in this world, so please allow me a little more time with my little girl.
Lord Capulet, I ask again for beauty to possess. I long to see your little girl posted in her wedding dress.
I understand your haste, my son, so I'll tell you this. If she's willing to provide you, my objection I will be dismissed.
If I could only read, you know, then I could read this list. Then I'd be sure that nary of my master's guests are missed. Good sirs, I beg of thee to help me understand these words. To put the illiterate with a list, it seems to me absurd.
It says an annual feast here is planned by Master Capulet. This is one party invitation I would never get. Martina went in Soma, Paseccio, and Valentine. Oh wow, I don't believe it. It's my heartthrob Rosaline.
Hey, Romeo, let's crash this party. I'm Philip.
If you be not a Montague, come crush a cup of wine.
Hey, Romeo, let's party. It's like this party's meant to be, like it's an over. And there'll be beauties there that make the lady like a pro. You'll find some other ladies who give your cheeks a rosy glow.
I'll go, but just to show you, Rosaline is number one. Else that, I promise not to have any kind of fun.
My daughter's late. I wanted her half an hour ago. Usually she goes by the court. I really better check. She was so when last I called her. She was very sweet.
Here I am, dear nurse of mine. Here I am, mother dear.
So daughter, tell me truly, how dare you be wed?
It is an honor that has never entered in my head.
Oh, I'm a happy girl are you. Great is this you conceive. Who will wed our daughter Juliet and their time. Noble County Fair is the most eligible of towns. I've asked your father for your hand. You do not just get me.
I'll look to like the county, but no more will I show my love to noble Paris than you would wish it so.
The party was just starting when the crashers hit the door. Romeo and Benvolio, the Montagues, the torches burned and the guests made merry.
Okay. Go on, girl.
Romeo was okay, and then he saw Beauty who took his breath away. She danced with County Paris and her cousin Bon Sybil. She clearly was a woman with whom Romeo found no fault.
This one I must talk to, this one I must be. This one I must lay my fortunes at her feet. Her face should teach the torches how patient burn bright. I've got to meet with this young lady now, tonight.
A Montague, a villain here to scorn. I will make this pact work that he has not been.
Settle down, my nephew. I'm the master here. In my house, you'll see that no harm shall come near.
But uncle, he's a Montague. Your hated blood you fell.
I heard that he's a good lad, so would you please let us go?
Okay, uncle, it's your house. You'll make it nice. But later on, I'll be crushed if he will take the house.
And it's like a broken shrine, which I must not profane. But my two lips will dare to touch it. I pray that they won't see.
Oh, pilgrim, do not wrong your hand. It has a gentle touch, and hand to hand is Palmer's kiss. I think I like it much.
Oh, maiden, you are beautiful. The top, or a head.
This is oh so sudden. I'm not sure what to do.
Well, let me take you in my arms, so they might kiss
Excuse me, sir. Such a request is something I must do.
Please tell me, if you will, who is yonder miss? For she is one of the things I want to get and want to kiss.
Oh, sir, her name is Juliet. Her father owns this house. The man who gets her will for sure has to love quite a spouse. An only child, she gets all, young, beautiful, and pretty.
The daughter of my enemy? This is an awful switch.
And so the party broke up, and Noah was barely 3, and revelries departed, though the host said not of me.
It's not so late, a banquet waits. But must it really go? Well, yes, I guess it's rather late. Then it's time to go.
Oh, nurse, please tell me, who is he who just now leaves the hall?
I'll check. Oh gosh, it's Romeo, a Montague at all.
My love sprung from my only hate. I hate it when it does. If I had known this news before, would I have had this buzz?
I'll run ahead with my friends. I have a serious plan. Something I must do alone. It's time to be a man. I'll sneak up on the Juliet's window just to see her face. I think I know that I'm in love. I just can't leave her place. But soft, what light from yonder window is about to break? It's Juliet, my sun and moon. My earth is about to quake. See how she leans upon her hand and how she sighs and speaks. With love upon her hand, I would hate to touch her lovely cheek.
Oh, Romeo, oh, why is that your name? If only your name was someone else, it wouldn't be so lame. Just deny your Montague and swear that you'll be mine. Or I'll stop being Capulet and I'll love you just fine.
I've got to speak to this, but I know not what to say. Oh, Juliet, is he whom you must want to go away?
I've barely heard 100 words, but sure, I know that voice. It's Romeo, the man I love, my one, my only choice. But, oops, what are you doing here? It's death if you are found. You're mad to be here, Montague. This is Capulet ground.
I died for you to be with you. My love has grown so lush.
You are a forward gentleman. You make a lady blush.
I love you just like life itself. I love you so much more. I swear by all the stars and moon, it's you that I adore.
Oh, do not swear eternal love is in your heart for me. No, swear just by your gracious self, you're my idol. And now, good night, my truest love. So true, although so new. And may you have most sweet repose. I'll dream of you.
Oh, Juliet, you cannot leave me so unsatisfied.
What satisfaction can you have?
For you to be my bride.
If that is what you really mean, if this, your love is true, then tell to one I'll send to you where we will say I do. The where and when I will depend to hear from you tomorrow, or also spend.
I will arrange this fig for a sweet wedding day. The details are related to you, just where those words will say.
Good night, my one true love. I'll see you on the morrow. Meanwhile, we'll spend the night apart, for parting is sweet sorrow.
Oh, far more is enough, for I've got great news. I found my lady love, the one who loves me true. The true indeed is my true love, who will be wed. Just tell me to perform the rites today without delay.
Now
Now, folks, I'll go down to the tempestuous one. You'll marry Rosaline.
That's old news for our Lawrence. I've got a brand new line. I know you won't believe it, but it's true. You want to bet. My heart's set on the daughter of you guessed it, Capulet.
Holy St. Francis, are you indeed insane? Your pa's greatest enemy? You've been under quite a strain. Think of the scandal. The streets all full of fight.
Oh, but think of the beauty when we get it right. Forget what you've heard. Forget all that you know. For we are truly deep in love, and it's all systems go.
Okay, my young waver, here's what I will do to make your relationship with Juliet come true. Perhaps when all your parents see you two are in love, they'll bury the hatchet and be more like the dove.
Summer day when Romeo is fine. He waits for her messenger, bringing him the news. Today is the first day that he's ended a home cruise.
I'm looking for Romeo to bring him a note, although what I'm bringing is sick in my throat.
I'm the youngest of that name, and I'm willing to bet that the message you are bringing is from dear sweet Juliet.
She prays that you would tell her your intentions all are good.
My lady, my love, I will do what I should. Tell her she's to make excuse and then to make away the pride of one's herself, and she can marry me today.
Oh, she will be delighted, the sweet and loving child. As it is her wedding day, I know she will go well.
I know that she is coming, but Christmas is coming too. Next time, I just won't send her. My waiting time is through.
My bones are all aching, and I'm tired and I'm hot.
What news have you brought me? Oh, don't say you forgot.
Give me a minute while I can catch my breath.
A minute. Tell me. You're slower, sure than death.
If that is how you feel, then I have nothing more to say.
Oh, please, oh, pretty please. What did my sweetheart say?
Just go on over to the church when you present to pray, and if prayer works as well, you can wed today.
Oh, nurse, this is great news. I can hardly wait.
Just like a modern teenager, you're all the time for a baby.
And so they were married, but they went on their own ways. Romeo promised he'd be by later that day. Well, really later on that night, they still toward bed, and then they both made sure that they were really wed. While in the city, it is still very hot. If you don't want some trouble, just stay out of that hot spot where the Capulets are headed. For Tybalt is on fire. He is ready now to fight, to make Romeo inspired. Mercutio is there to keep the situation light, in case there are some others just before the forefront.
Here's my man, Romeo, my child's now curl. You're the one whom I hate most, but it's tired of Rome. You've given me an insult that I cannot abide, and there's no reason to find it so. Now draw your sword, we'll go to the sun, and sing till we blood here.
Tybalt, but I so love you that I'm willing to forget what you promised to do. The reasons that I love you I cannot express, but you're now because I'm your brother, yes, no less.
This is not excuse all the wrongs that you do. Face me now, or else.
Face it, Tybalt, I just love you. I won't fight today. You're too much like my family to me, every day.
It's infuriated Tybalt, but what could he do? He cannot fight somebody who would just not fight you. But then Mercutio challenged Tybalt to a fight. And though it was for fun, Tybalt did say all right. They began with their swords, and open square, and their friends were the blow, and they just didn't dare. The two resisted and clashed with their steel. And then Romeo worried that things were getting real. The tempers they were flaring, and simply getting mad. And also was Mercutio, and came for that crash. Then Romeo said between them, just to protect his friend. Little did he know that Romeo would cause his end. Romeo discovered that Mercutio was dead, and Tybalt's hand, well, he just was Romeo was wrong. When he cut to Tybalt, his words really meant. So Tybalt and Romeo began to fight. It was to the death, and it was proud Romeo who drew his final. So we hustled up the morning, we saw himself. Someone else told Juliet he did not take it well.
Will I speak ill of my husband? Will I show him blame? We've only just been married, and we vowed to be true. How can I diss my word? Whatever will I do?
Go on ahead with all your plans to be with her tonight. Then you must leave Verona just before it's daylight. I'll palaver with the prince and tell him what is shaking so you get back from Montville before your heart starts aching.
Our Lord stayed cool and came up with a plan. But first he had to tell young Romeo to be a man. in the meantime, the Capulets complained to the prince, wanting Montague blood for the loss of their king. But the prince pointed out that someone slew his king, namely a Capulet, and Tybalt was the blade. So he banished Romeo from Verona for life, without having an idea that he would split up man and wife. And Juliet just broke down, and she shed bitter tears, not knowing she would not be seeing her sweet Romeo for years. But her father thought that he would bring her a new boy, and told her she'd marry with a very handsome boy. But Juliet reacted quite badly, we'll see.
You'll marry Paris tomorrow, you'll get nothing from me. And marry him tomorrow, your tears will be done. This is the greatest marriage I've ever arranged. You owe me a ton.
Well, Juliet stormed off in tears to check with Friar Lawrence. When she got to him with her tears, fell round in all sorts.
Oh, Father, you must help me. I cannot marry him. I'm married now to Romeo. My hopes are mighty slim.
Oh, daughter, you are desperate, but I see a kind of hope. If you really are determined not to win this stove, take home this small fire with you. It has a real kick. One shot of this potion, you will seem quite sick. No, it will take us even a half of it. You'll appear quite dead. And so there, quite naturally, you will no longer be wet. They'll take you out to Montreux they'll take you out to the graveyard before you begin to smell, and lay you out so nicely in the tomb where you will dwell. This potion is effective for just a day or two, and then you wake up and you'll feel just like new. Meanwhile, by my letters, I will let our Romeo know that your death has just been faked and that now you can show. He and I will be waiting here beside you when you wait, and he'll take you off to Montreux where everything is good. And I'll tell the prince and your family everything is up, and you'll both come back from Montreux to raise a joyful couple morning for you to celebrate that everything's okay and it will be for everyone one happy day.
So Juliet took the vial and went to her house and fessed up to Daddy that she'd be quite a louse. He was so excited that he moved up the date.
Marry Paris tomorrow morning, there's no need to wait.
So Juliet took the potion, swallowed it with pride, and sat and opened in the house as she passed the night. They took her to a graveyard and laid her body there, but no one saw Romeo's manservant watching them with care. He tore up to Mantua and gave Romeo the news. Never, ever seen such a case of news.
I'm going to buy some poison to join Juliet. I'm going to stay in my way because I'm angry at you, bet.
So off with our hero to say his last goodbyes, going right past the letter that would have stopped his cries. He went straight up to her tomb to see her face once more, but startled Paris, who was there going back and forth.
How dare you defile Julie's grave, Montague? Back off, or I'm going to run my blade right into you.
Don't mess with me, fella. I'm nothing to lose. Just leave me all alone right here while I sing the blues.
I just cannot do that now. Put up or fly.
Sorry, I warned you. Now you have to die.
So at it with their swords they went, till Paris he cried out,
Oh no, you killed me. I'm dead, there is no doubt. Please lay me down beside her, my dying wish. Oh, I will sleep forever beside
I will lay for Paris here at Juliet's feet. It is supposed to return to the really hard to beat. But Juliet, so beautiful, you simply can't be dead. You need to press, can't believe it's your deathbed. All our most close life to embrace. And let's now take your final kiss on your love. Poison, please be. Okay, poison, please be down here. I can't live my life on earth, Juliet, without you. This poison is deadly around, so goodbye. I'm going to be out now with the last kiss. I will die.
While Friar Lawrence was fearful, yes indeed, but the change in plans would unfortunately lead to a big fiasco. So he raced down to the grave, hoping he'd find someone who still loved to sing. He bumped into Balthazar, who was from. He raced up to the tomb and he ran down inside. He found that Paris and young Romeo had died.
Here
here you are, Parkinson's. Here, just as you said. I feel like I just woke up from sleep in my bed. Where is my sweet Romeo? You said he'd be here.
Oh, Juliet, there's been a change. No sleeping the wife here. Instead of me, yes, both of us, we got ourselves out of here.
Why, Father? What has happened? Oh. It seems that he has died, but that cannot be so. Oh, no.
A greater power that we can contradict. Just stepped in and Romeo, it seems, Romeo, unfortunately, he took it on the chin. But everything has not been lost. Oops. Now I hear the watch. We really have to go now, but this will be a bar.
I can't leave my lover. With him, I will stay. You can leave me now, Father. Okay, go away.
Come with Julie, please. We cannot remain. If we were found in here, we could both be slain.
Hit the road now, Father. I am staying here. How can I go with you? My Romeo is near.
I can no longer help you. I'm over a barrel. I'm out of here immediately. Remain here at your peril.
Well, here comes the evening watch, so I will be brief. Dagger, come and slay me. I will be your sheep. Please wait there for me. Death, you are most welcome. Now I will treat you.
Balthazar is arrested and the friar brought low. Now the prince is shown up and he wants to know. Who's going to tell him just what's going down? And the families have arrived along with all the town. Romeo's own dear mother has died of her grief. It seems nobody in this town is going to get relief.
Well, speak up, Friar Lawrence. Tell me what's the scoop. Now it's time to tell me what's the total bill.
Romeo and Juliet, who you see here are dead, recently came to my cell and right there they were wed. They were going to live it out for the folks in town, but with people getting killed, they couldn't spread the news around. These poor kids just found love, but knew their parents filled with hate, would not agree with who they killed for on a date.
Well, Capulet and Montague, see what you have done. You have lost a daughter, and you have lost a son. You have lost 2 kinsmen, and that's really bad. I have lost 2 kinsmen, and that's really bad. So everyone is tennis, because you began a fight. I guess we all know that fighting cannot be right.
I'll build a golden statue for honoring your son, and a reminder that we should love everyone.
It's a very gloomy day. The sun's reflected head, because 2 of our fairest people, sadly, now are dead. Well, now was the story told, one of so much below, and this about sweet Juliet and her Romeo.